Welcome to Discovering Gender Diversity, a series that explores a world of unique gender identities, their advantages and challenges. Join us as we uncover narratives, journey across borders, and learn how countries support gender diversity. Male gender identity development for males, like for individuals of any gender, is a complex and multifaceted process influenced by various factors, including biological, psychological, social, and cultural aspects. It involves the individual's self-perception and identification as male, as well as their understanding of the roles, behaviours, and expectations associated with masculinity. Here is a general overview of gender identity development for males. 1. Early childhood. Gender identity development often begins in early childhood. Children become aware of their own gender and start to identify as either male or female. This awareness is usually accompanied by a desire to conform to the societal norms and expectations associated with their identified gender. 1. Socialization. Society plays a significant role in shaping male gender identity. Boys are typically socialized into masculine roles through interactions with family, peers, media, and cultural norms. They may be taught to be tough, independent, and to avoid displaying traits or behaviors traditionally associated with femininity. 2. Gender role models. Male role models, such as fathers, older brothers, or male figures in media and popular culture, can have a profound impact on a young boy's perception of masculinity. These role models often influence how boys aspire to behave and what qualities they admire in men. 3. Peer influence. As boys grow, their peers become increasingly influential in their gender identity development. Conforming to peer expectations and norms related to masculinity can become crucial during adolescence, as individuals seek acceptance and belonging within their social groups. 4. Self-exploration. During adolescence, males may engage in self-exploration and reflection to better understand their own gender identity. This can involve questioning traditional gender norms and expectations, and some individuals may experience gender-related stress or confusion during this period. 5. Cultural and societal factors. Cultural and societal contexts can greatly impact how males develop their gender identities. Different cultures have varying definitions of masculinity and associated expectations. Factors like religion, ethnicity, and socioeconomic status also shape one's understanding of being male. 6. Sexual orientation and gender identity. It's important to note that gender identity and sexual orientation are distinct aspects of a person's identity. Gender identity relates to an individual's internal sense of being male, while sexual orientation pertains to who one is attracted to. A person's gender identity does not dictate their sexual orientation. 7. Acceptance and self-expression. Ultimately, the process of male gender identity development can lead to a range of self-expressions and identities. Some males may conform to traditional gender roles, while others may embrace a more fluid or non-binary understanding of their gender identity. Acceptance and support from family, friends, and society can significantly impact a person's comfort and confidence in their chosen gender identity. It's essential to recognize that gender identity is a deeply personal and individual experience. Not all males will follow the same path, and some may experience a dissonance between their gender identity and the expectations placed upon them. Creating a more inclusive and accepting society that respects diverse expressions of masculinity is crucial for the well-being of individuals navigating their gender identity development. Advantages associated with the male gender are often based on traditional societal norms and expectations. It's important to note that these advantages can vary greatly depending on cultural, social, and individual factors. Here are some potential advantages historically associated with the male gender. 1. Historical socioeconomic power. Throughout history, men have often held positions of power and privilege, including leadership roles in politics, business, and other sectors. This historical advantage has contributed to the perpetuation of male privilege. 2. Economic opportunities. Men, on average, have historically enjoyed greater access to economic opportunities, including higher pay and advancement in the workplace. The gender pay gap, while narrowing in some places, continues to exist in many parts of the world. 3. Freedom of movement. In many societies, men have experienced more freedom of movement and autonomy than women, with fewer restrictions on their travel, education, and career choices. 4. Lessened gender-based violence. Men, as a group, have generally experienced less gender-based violence and harassment compared to women. This includes reduced risks of sexual assault and domestic violence. 5. Political representation. Historically, men have been overrepresented in politics and have held the majority of political offices. This has provided them with a greater voice in shaping government policies. 6. Cultural and media representation. Men have often been portrayed more positively and accurately in media, with a broader range of roles and representations compared to women. 7. Less pressure on physical appearance. While men are subject to some degree of pressure to conform to physical ideals, the pressure is generally less intense than the pressure women often experience in relation to their appearance. 8. Lessened expectations in caregiving roles. Men may face fewer societal expectations and stereotypes related to caregiving responsibilities, such as child rearing and household chores. 9. Legal rights. In some societies, men have historically had certain legal advantages, such as fewer restrictions on property ownership, inheritance rights, and access to education. It's essential to understand that these advantages are rooted in traditional gender norms, and societal expectations have been evolving in many parts of the world. There are ongoing efforts to challenge these norms and promote gender equality. Recognizing the existence of gender-based advantages is important to create more equitable societies where individuals of all genders have equal opportunities and are free from discrimination. Additionally, it's crucial to emphasize that gender-related advantages and disadvantages can intersect with other aspects of identity, such as race, class, and sexual orientation, leading to different experiences for different groups of men. While it's important to recognize that gender-based disadvantages primarily affect women and non-binary individuals, men can also face certain disadvantages and challenges due to societal expectations and gender norms. Some disadvantages that can affect men include: 1. Emotional expression and mental health. Societal expectations of traditional masculinity often discourage men from expressing their emotions openly. Men may feel pressure to tough it out or suppress their feelings, which can have negative impacts on their mental health, leading to higher rates of depression and suicide. 2. Stigma surrounding help seeking. Men may be less likely to seek help for physical or mental health issues due to fear of being perceived as weak or vulnerable. This reluctance to seek help can result in delayed diagnosis and treatment of health problems. 3. Gender stereotypes in careers. Some professions may be seen as less suitable for men due to traditional gender roles. Men who pursue careers in fields such as nursing, teaching, or caregiving may face stigma or discrimination. 4. Fatherhood and parenting roles. Men may encounter challenges in achieving work-life balance and in obtaining equal opportunities for paternity leave or flexible work arrangements. Expectations regarding their role as fathers can sometimes be limiting or narrowly defined. 5. Stereotypes in education. In certain educational settings, boys may face biases or discrimination. They might be disciplined more frequently, or teachers may have lower expectations of their academic performance, which can impact their educational experience. 6. Body image and eating disorders. While women are more often associated with body image issues, men also face pressure to conform to certain physical ideals. This pressure can contribute to the development of body image dissatisfaction and eating disorders. 7. Relationship expectations. Traditional notions of masculinity may place expectations on men to be dominant, emotionally stoic, and the primary breadwinners in their relationships. These expectations can strain their personal relationships and limit their emotional connections with partners and family members. 8. Harmful social constructs. Harmful constructs such as toxic masculinity can negatively impact men. This concept refers to the adherence to rigid and harmful norms of masculinity, which can result in aggression, emotional repression, and a limited sense of self. 9. Violence and criminality. Men are more frequently involved in violent crime, both as perpetrators and victims, which can be seen as a disadvantage in terms of personal safety and public perception. It's important to note that these disadvantages are often rooted in societal expectations and norms, which affect individuals differently based on factors like race, class, sexual orientation, and other intersecting identities. Recognizing and challenging these gender-related disadvantages is part of the broader effort to promote gender equality and create a society where all individuals can thrive regardless of their gender. It's important to note that the concept of a country being best for men is subjective and can depend on various factors, including individual preferences, values, and needs. Additionally, what may be perceived as advantageous for one gender may not necessarily lead to a more equitable or just society. However, if you are looking for countries that tend to have high levels of overall well-being and quality of life, here are 4 countries that are often cited as good places to live for people of all genders, including men. 1. Iceland. Iceland consistently ranks as one of the best countries to live in, with a high standard of living, strong social safety nets, and a commitment to gender equality. Icelandic men benefit from excellent healthcare, education, and a strong economy. The country also has a progressive approach to paternity leave and shared parenting responsibilities. 2. Norway. Norway is known for its high standard of living, excellent healthcare and education systems, and strong social welfare programs. Men in Norway enjoy a high quality of life, and the country promotes gender equality through policies that support work-life balance and shared caregiving responsibilities. 3. Sweden. Sweden is recognized for its progressive gender policies, including generous parental leave and flexible working arrangements. Swedish men often benefit from a strong welfare state, high-quality healthcare, and a society that values work-life balance and gender equality. 4. Canada. Canada is known for its inclusivity and multiculturalism. It offers a high standard of living, excellent healthcare, and educational opportunities. Canadian men benefit from a diverse and prosperous economy with policies that support a high quality of life. These countries are often recognized for their overall quality of life, gender equality initiatives, and social welfare systems. However, it's important to keep in mind that the experiences of individuals within any country can vary significantly based on factors such as socio-economic status, cultural background, and personal circumstances. Moreover, the concept of gender equality extends beyond the well-being of men alone, aiming to create a society where people of all genders have equal opportunities and rights. Thank you for being part of this inspiring journey. Your time and engagement are truly appreciated. We hope you've gained insight into the beauty of diversity in our world. Thank you for celebrating it with us. In the video description, you'll find links to explore additional gender identities for a more comprehensive understanding.